Hi, YouTube. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining my collective. But first things first, I need a name for you guys. I need help. Please put any suggestions in the comments because I'm lost and I feel like y'all need a name. I need something to call y'all. I need a way to talk to y'all, communicate with y'all. So let's start there. Um, Secondly, how's your new year going? I hope it's going good. Mine has been a lot. Life has been lifing, but that's just normal. So just let me know how your year is going as well in the comments. So I want to start this video by kind of emphasizing more on where I was in the first video. I kind of want to explain more my journey and some of the core steps that I've taken in this journey so that you guys can see where you are and you can let me know where you are and we can work together on moving forward. So one of the first steps I think I took was acknowledging that there was something more that I was seeking. There was something more in life that I wanted. I am married. I have kids. I have own a home. I have a car. Um, but I really just didn't have much direction outside of that, and I wanted something more. I always wanted to be in content creation, but I didn't know what my niche was. Um, and just having I needed a deeper connection with myself. So that was just like step number one, just acknowledgement. I think that's step number one in anything you do. Just realize there is something that needs to be done. So let's get to it. Um, and I think after that, one of the biggest steps was childhood, uh, inner child work, which is kind of figuring out where your mind needs to change. I think I feel like no matter if you had a good child or a bad childhood, I think you need inner child work. I feel like no one's inner child is just healed and perfect. So I feel like you have to ask yourself certain questions and realize why you react to certain things and why you're fearful of certain things and why you don't um, go after certain things. And I feel like in that reflection, a lot of that is inner child work. It's a lot of things that were taught to you, told to you about yourself that you have to put in your mind that you need to change. Sometimes your parents do the best they can, but they don't, they know you, but they don't know you, especially once you grow up. So you have to kind of unlearn some things that aren't true about yourself to move forward. So that was a major step. Um, Emotional, like just release. Um, Sometimes those dark spaces, those spaces where that child inside of you is hurt, sometimes those decisions that you made from the past that you need to forgive yourself for, some lies you told yourself about yourself that you realize are not true, and the forgiving space and the grace that you have to give yourself takes a whole nother heap of work, and you have to release yourself from all those things that you are not, and all those things that you don't want to be, and all those things that you are told you are and you believed. So you have to just release that. And mirror work worked a lot for me. Meditation worked a lot for me. Crying, crying. I'm a crybaby anyway, so but I cried in a different way. I'll explain another time. Um, and I had a very weak throat chakra. It was very hard for me to express myself. for certain reasons, but we'll go into that more when we talk about reparenting. But so I eventually got to the point where anything I felt, maybe it was coming out. I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna hold it in. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna make you feel good. If I had something to say, I'm going to say it. Period. So, yeah, so that's just the releasing stage. I think setting intentions, learning to set intentions. Um, I used to only like set intentions when I'm before I meditate or before I do yoga or before I do something major. But I had to learn to like live an intentional life. I'm still working on that, but I think that's a goal: living an intentional life. And that doesn't mean living on a schedule. That doesn't mean like your intentions aren't in that kind of way, but just living in a way that is meaningful and taking the time to see how meaningful something is and to know how you want to feel when you're doing this thing. Like those like intentions are deep, so you want to feel something, you want to smell something, you want to look this way, you want the situation to look this way, and you have to set that in your mind before you do anything. Wake up, you want from the time your feet hit the floor, you need to have some kind of intention on how you want that day, that hour, that next 8 hours to be. Um, and that was a big thing too. I'm a Gemini baby, so I be all over the place. So and it made my life kind of hectic, not living intentionally, um, doing doing enough, doing what gets me through the day, doing, but I'm not enjoying my day. Like I'm just checking things off a list, but I'm not enjoying it. Like once I started being intentional on what I wanted to feel, what I wanted to see, what I wanted to smell, what I wanted things to look like, my day was just happier because I already set the intention on what I wanted it to be. If something was rough, like if something just wasn't going my way, I had to reevaluate the situation and set the attention for what I wanted to be going forward. And it definitely made a difference. Spending time alone, spending time alone, which is kind of easy for me because I live like away from a lot of my friends and um, family. So I spend a lot of time with like my husband's family. And he's kind of like a loner too, like me. So we're kind of introverted together, but spending time with yourself, but spending intentional time with yourself. So meditating, journaling, knowing what you think about something, learning what you think about something. Sometimes when you change your mindset, you realize that your thoughts weren't even your thoughts. Sometimes we sit on social media and we scroll so much that what we see is just what we think and we don't ask any questions about it. But when you spend time with yourself, what you truly think and feel about something is going to come to light. It's going to come forward. So, yeah, solitude, spending time alone, super important. And I think one of my favorite steps, and I'm just getting very good at it, is just celebrating yourself, celebrating the small things. I used to think like you couldn't celebrate your business until you bought a salon or you bought a warehouse or you bought no, celebrate that first sale, celebrate the fact that you got everything on your checklist done today, celebrate the fact that celebrate what is big to you. It doesn't have to be big to the world, it doesn't have to be big to anyone else but yourself. If you did something that made you happy, go have that glass of wine, go have your dessert, go have your throw a party if you want to, but celebrate what made you happy. Celebrate no matter how small it is. I literally like was happy that I went to a networking event. I met someone that I had been watching on social media. I introduced myself on social media, and I introduced myself at the networking event, and I asked her to lunch, and it was just like it was something I would have never done. And not only did I celebrate it with her, I celebrated it on my own because it was a big step for me. So like it doesn't have to be big to anyone else. You don't have to get likes for it. You don't have to get anyone else to clap for it, but you celebrate yourself. That is just major key. So those are kind of like the core values that I want to, the core values, the core steps that I kind of want to start with. Just start making content based off those values. If you see if you heard anything that you connect with, please let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, if there's something that I can go deeper into, I would love to. So just put it in the comments and like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.